Hello, I'm here again with one of my music collections. This morning it's the Who DVD and book collection. I haven't got many books, but I got quite a few DVDs or Blu-rays, which I'm gonna troll through in my usual haphazard way. I hope it has some merit to you and you enjoy it. We're gonna kick off with this DVD. It's 30 years of maximum R&B live. As the title suggests, it's a collection of live performances from The Who. So moving on to the second DVD we've got here is The Who special guests live at the Royal Albert Hall. Eddie Vedder's on there and various other guest artists going through the repertoire. I think it was a Teenage Cancer Trust performance at the Royal Albert Hall in London. The next one up is a sort of mini box set, it's called Amazing Journey. It's got two DVDs in the story of the Who and one entitled Six Quick Ones, which is six little films about individual aspects of the Who. Quite an interesting one, that is. Next up is one in the classic albums series. This is my favourite album by the Who, Who's Next. This is got quite a bit of insight in it, and it's well worth a watch if you haven't seen it. Currently running on Sky Arts, I think, quite fairly regularly. This is live at the Isle of Wight. The sort of historic performance there, captured on DVD. Next up is live in Boston. Obviously, this is in more recent times, with Roger giving it full. I was going to call him Daltrey then. Roger giving it full belt there, and Pete on the front in a sort of Union Jack sort of motif going on. This is Tommy and Quadrophenia up next, live performances in a double DVD set. Quite a nice little set, that nicely packaged, and it's got three, I believe it is three DVDs. There's a Quadrophenia, Tommy, and the live hits set there. I got the film itself, Tommy, Ken Russell's movie, which divides opinion to this day, I think, sometimes. My personal favourite bit of it is Elton John coming on and Pinball Wizard and really owning that song, I think, in some ways, which is how it needs to be done. So that's Clapton's in there as well. Various other people, Oliver Reed, as you will know if you've seen it. Some of the Blu-rays now. This is live at Shea Stadium, 1982. This is an historic performance, I guess. Live in London, Quadrophenia on Blu-ray. See, these are fairly recent. Some of these. This is one of my favourites. This is the Who documentary sensation, story of Tommy. Tommy's one of my favourite double albums, which has gone in and out of favour with people over the years, but I think it's still a good listen. Tommy live at the Royal Albert Hall, Who seem to play the Royal Albert Hall quite a bit, don't they? It's Kilburn 1977 performance on DVD there, and the Vegas job. Now this has got a little interesting story behind it. It's a hoax sort of thing with a electronics company and stuff like that. I do believe, I stand to be corrected, it might have been John Maxwell's last performance, but I apologise if I'm wrong on that, but I got something in the back of my head's telling me that. This is a DVD collection of the hits and stuff, with the album and everything tying it. This is Who's Better, Who's Best. Last but one DVD coming up. This is I don't think this is strictly official. Looks like a bit of a bootleggy sort of cover, even just to tell by looking at it. Houston 1975 has crept into my collection. And finally, the Who film. This is the special edition version of The Kids Are Alright. The Won't Get Fooled performance and Barbara O'Reilly on there are my favourites. At Shepperton, and the bit where Pete runs and skids across towards the camera is one of my favourite rock sort of moments in film. So if you haven't seen that, I suggest you catch that on YouTube. It is on there, I think. Got some books. This is The Who Sellout by John Dugan, one of the series of 33 and a third little books that goes into quite in-depth analysis of one of my favourite albums. I got the Who concert file, which is a little book. We've got a Led Zeppelin one as well. I haven't seen if there's any other artists in that collection as yet. This is an official book. This is Maximum R&B with quite a nice picture of the boys on the front there. Lots of pictures, information. It's quite a good sort of coffee table book. And come to my last book now, which is a mammoth tome in itself. It's the complete chronicles of the Who. So it's got recording dates and album things and everything. As it says there, 58 to 78, picture of the Who outside Big Ben there. And as you can see, it's quite a thick book. There's one by the Beatles, I believe, and the Rolling Stones have got a version like this with all the recording dates and stuff. And it's a Bible, basically, of anyone who wants to be a Who fan and knows about things. I suggest you look that up and get it secondhand or something. Well, that's my Who DVD, Blu-ray and book collection. I hope you've enjoyed that. It's filled a few minutes. See you soon.